"50 years ago, in the basement of a small church on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, a pastor gathered with members of his congregation to ask a question. What more could we do to end hunger?
Our little congregation did what we could to help people, but it was only a Band-Aid. It gradually dawned on a few of us that we could do much more than this through our government.
They were ordinary people, pure in heart and humble in means, who believed God could do a lot through a little. So they wrote letters to their elected officials, asking their government to care for the hungry. A simple act of faith became the foundation of Bread for the World. Art Simon and a small band of believers understood what many hadn't yet realized, that hunger wasn't just a tragedy. It was a failure of policy and vision, that the church could do more than offer charity. It could speak with a collective voice. It could advocate. It could lead. When we celebrate 50 years, we are not just marking time, we are marking progress. Progress made against hunger.
This is why we advocate for food for peace. This is our why.
Over the decades, Bread for the World reshaped the role of faith communities in public life. We built a nationwide movement, trained churches to speak out, engaged more than 300,000 advocates. Since Bread began, the share of people facing hunger is nearly half of what it was in the 70s. Over the last 50 years, about 1.25 million Bread supporters have taken nearly 7 million advocacy actions that have changed the policies and programs that once allowed hunger to persist. We helped develop and pass legislation, including the Global Food Security Act, the Child Nutrition Reauthorization Act, and the Global Malnutrition Prevention and Treatment Act. And we strengthened federal nutrition programs like WIC and SNAP. Our efforts helped secure permanent improvements to the Earned Income Tax Credit and Child Tax Credit, directly reducing hunger for millions of families.
Part of the progress that happened during that period, when I was president, the U.S. quadrupled the quantity and improved the quality of U.S. poverty-focused development assistance. And Bread for the World and its members were an important part of making that happen.
Our advocacy helped cut child poverty in half. That's not a hope or a theory. That's a fact. Because of the policies Bread helped shape and protect, millions of children today have more food, more stability, and a better chance at life. This is the power of collective advocacy. The church showing up and making change real.
To the question that I have heard, and maybe each of you have heard, there are people that are skeptics or cynics, or they're just not sure. They'll ask the question genuinely and authentically. They'll say, please be honest with me. Do you really believe we can end hunger in our lifetime? Yes, absolutely. We believe that we can end hunger in our lifetime. I think that's why you started Bread for the World. That's why I think you ran the marathon for nearly 3 decades. And that's why I chose to say yes to this invitation, to this calling, because I believe.
But today, we find ourselves in a moment of great testing. Global humanitarian aid is facing historic budget cuts. Congress has proposed eliminating funding for anti-hunger programs abroad. Nutrition assistance here at home is under constant threat. Faith voices for justice are being drowned out by louder, divisive forces. Seeing the end of programs and policies that we have championed over the years is painful. It can be demoralizing. It can make us ask if all our work has been for nothing. But our work has not been in vain.
The end of hunger isn't meant to be this marketing slogan. It's not meant to be easy. It's not going to happen in 3 easy steps. But what I appreciate here is not relinquishing the imagination of what's possible. That the end of hunger is possible. We shouldn't just abandon it because of the fact that it's complex and messy.
What we do is always small, but at the same time, those small things that we do add up to something really big and powerful.
The work is not done. The need is as urgent as ever, but we press on with courage, with conviction, with faith that what we do together, this letter, this call, this act of hope, matters. As we celebrate 50 years of faithful advocacy, we honor what has been accomplished. Laws passed, lives changed, voices lifted. But we know this moment demands more. New leaders, renewed commitment, and a community still saying yes to justice. The last 50 years saved lives from hunger. The next 50 can end it for good. Join us. Add your voice. Be bread for the world.